What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Flippin' Stoop on this beautiful fine Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope your guys' sales are increasing. And if you just listen to some of the things I talk about, you don't got to listen to everything. You don't even have to apply it. But if you do apply the principles that I'm talking about, you will succeed on eBay and your sales will increase. And today I'm going to go over some topics of things not to do throughout your reselling journey. And these are things I wish I would have knew better of. It would have been a lot more of a relaxed journey opposed to stressing and pulling my hair out and worrying. First tip I want to tell you is if you stay consistent, you start out at a low number, whatever number you want to. You start out at a low number and you stay consistent, and gradually the more and more you start building a system and understanding what you're doing and getting better in a certain niche that you picked, gradually your items a day will increase, and I promise you success. I can't promise many things in life, can't promise you tomorrow, but if you work on a consistent basis every single day, say you start out with one item a day and you get good at doing that for about 2 weeks, and then you bump it up to 2 or 3 a day, and then eventually you're doing 5 a day, then eventually you're doing 10 a day, then eventually 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever. As you see, it goes on and on and on. I will promise you success if you can list items 7 days a week. If you don't think you can list 7 days a week, probably not going to make it, man. I'm not saying you can't make it to a certain level, but you're not going to ever get above average on eBay if you don't list consistently. So number one thing I want to talk about and go over is the worrying game. Eliminate the worrying game and guessing game out of your mind. Of course, it's your mind. You're new to eBay. You've never listed an item, so you have a million things going through your head at once, right? Well, I'm going to simplify that for you and just focus on learning how to list. In the beginning, don't worry about where you're going to be next week. Don't worry about where you're going to be in a year. Don't worry about if this item's actually going to sell or not. Just start getting items up on your platform, up on your store, and start learning the process of listing. Stop worrying about whether you're going to be able to afford inventory tomorrow. If you have a will, there is always a way. That's the number one thing I would really stress over is stop worrying about everything. I think more people worry, me included, guys. I was the worry wart of the world. I worried for the first year so bad that it actually made reselling unfun. If you worry too much, you're not going to be fun to be around. You're not going to make a lot of progress in your business. Well, what's going to lead me to my next thing is have a plan. If you have a plan, because the mind will focus on 3 to 10,000 things a day. Successful people's minds focus on 3 to 5. Does that make any sense to you guys? So what I'm telling you is write a plan what you're going to do. This first month of reselling, I'm going to get good at listing items. I'm going to get good at item specifics. I'm going to get good at just being true to my word and getting my one item up a day. Just focus on that. Don't focus on anything else. Where you're going to be, how you're going to grow the business. Just start simple and have a plan. Write it down the night before. Write down your plan you're going to do the day before on a piece of paper and make sure you view it in the morning. And stick to that. Anything else that comes up, don't worry about it. You're not going to handle that today. You're going to focus on getting your one item up and listed. And I promise you, if you do that and you stay consistent and true to that, you'll get there. So have a plan. That's my next. That'd probably be none of these are in chronological order. None are more important than the other. I think they're all very important. So stop worrying. How do you stop worrying? Have a plan of execution. How am I going? How is my day going to look tomorrow? I'm going to get good at listing items. That's all I'm going to focus on. Right? And when you get that, start working on your customer service. And so it'll go on and on and on, right? So just start with one task. Don't start your board with 15 different tasks each day, because you will fail. You'll be under too much pressure and you'll crack, right? So don't do that. So eliminate the worrying by setting a plan. Make a plan the night before what you are going to focus on. For example, if I made a plan that I was going to clean my entire garage tomorrow and everything else is going to have to revolve around that if it comes up, then I would get my garage clean. Now, if I say, I'm going to do eBay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then if I got time, I'm going to get to my garage is never going to get cleaned. Think about it that way. So have a plan which will eliminate your worrying. You'll know what to do. You might not know exactly how to list, but you will get that. That'll be your only top focus. If you are zeroed in and focused on one task, you will be amazed by how much you can do. You guys, I don't know how else to word it other than stop worrying. Worrying's not going to get you there. Because trust me, we've all had it. You're going to have it too, but I try to encourage you to get away from it, because what it does is it cripples your progress throughout the day. If you're worrying all day long about where you're going to be at in a month, where you're going to be at, if you're doing that, you cannot possibly be zero and focused on the task at hand. So focus on one thing at a time, guys. Number 2, have a plan. We already went over a little bit of that, having a plan. But how do you have a plan if you don't know what to do? I just said it. Zero in on one thing. The most important thing, I think, critical thing in the beginning of reselling is understanding how to list efficiently, how to list with good titles where it's actually going to get seen in the search engine, how to do item descriptions, which item descriptions are important, which ones aren't. So focus on that. It's more complex. Listing items is more complex than you may think, but you can figure it out. I figured it out, guys. I'm no brainiac. I'm not a genius. I wasn't a 4.0 student. And if I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. So number 3 I'm going to go over is stop procrastinating. People always will say, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to list items. I don't have the time. Yes, you do. You make the time. Okay, so there's a lot of distractions. In this day and age, with a cell phone in hand, there's a lot of distractions. You know, if TikTok's a distraction, it was a distraction to me. You know what I did? I eliminated the app, and guess what? I'm still sitting here breathing. I am still breathing today and getting more accomplished without the TikTok app than I was with the TikTok app. That makes any sense to you guys? If it's a distraction, eliminate it. If you got people in your life that are distractions and they're not believing in you and they're not allowing you to, actually, you're allowing them to distract you from your main goal, listing items, then you eliminate them. Oh, you're a jerk. How can you just look, man, if people aren't trying to help you, encourage you at least. I'm not saying they need to help you, but encourage you to get to your goals, then they shouldn't be in your life. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your own father. I don't care if it's your own brother and sister. If they're discouraging you from you reaching your goals and dreams, you can love them, but that does not mean you need to choose to hang out with them. Many of families do that. Many of families don't. They're kind of separated apart because they all have different visions. They have different goals. So that's one good way to stop the procrastinating, is eliminating distractions, guys. Distractions can be TVs, it can be Facebook, it can be YouTube, it can be whatever it might be. Eliminate it. It's that simple. You're not going to die. People be like, I'll die without Facebook if I'm not on there 6-hour days. Most people reselling would succeed if they would eliminate their distractions. And it's that simple. People will be like, well, that's not true because yes, it is. Most people scroll for an hour to 3 hours a day and they don't even know what they looked at. That was wasted, valuable time. You could have been listing items and made $300 that day off them 3 hours. But you chose to scroll through Marketplace to see other people, successful people on Instagram and balling in a Mercedes, and you're wishing you could be there. Yeah, they're crippled. You're allowing them and their showboating to cripple your progress because you're so in tune into other people's success, you're not even worried about yourself. So that's a great way to eliminate the procrastinating, guys, is stop getting distracted. You have the power of that. You have the control. Most people are like, you don't got a lot of control in life. You don't have a lot. You have power over almost every aspect of your day, unless a bus pulls out and hits you. Yes, there's certain things in life that you have no control over, right? But you have a control over whether you have a good day or don't have a good day. People are like, my life's just all the time fucked. It's because it's the way you think. It is literally comes down to the way you think is the way you feel. So if you think your life's never going to go anywhere and your life's just a big shithole, that's what it's going to wind up being. If you think you're going to be successful and it encourages you to grind hard every day, eventually you're going to be successful. So stop the procrastinating. But I love sitting on the couch and watching Netflix. Then maybe you're not ready to succeed yet. Okay? More people in life just skate through and barely make it. And I'm not judging anybody that's average. I'm not judging anybody that's mediocre. But I pretty much specifically designed this channel not to be average, to stick out and be a little bit different. Why? Because what normal sucks. This is my opinion. Some people are cool with normal, but my opinion is normal sucks. That's just my opinion. It's good for you to have your own opinion. But I'm sound and I believe strongly in what I believe. And that's what's getting me to other levels on eBay. So it really is your thought process. Well, my parents only made $80,000 a year, so that's all I can make. No, you can't. You can make a lot more than that. You can make a lot less than that. It's all your choices, okay? So stop procrastinating. You don't want to do it anyways. You know, that's where it comes into my next one. Be disciplined. I was just never really a disciplined individual. Listen, disciplined individuals weren't born disciplined. Okay? They took it upon themselves to say, regardless what happens throughout my day, I will achieve my task. And that is listing, that is getting your items packaged, that is sourcing. You know, in the beginning, you look at all these things you got to do, you're like, there's no way I can do all that in a day. And to me now, and this isn't a brag, but it's second nature now. Like, matter of fact, if I don't package items, I feel out of my element. I feel like something ain't right. You know, I feel uncomfortable. And it was very uncomfortable for the first year, I would say, trying to gather a good system, trying to be fluent, trying to be efficient. And the only way you gain growth throughout your life is being uncomfortable. You got to get yourself almost to the point of uncomfortable. Uncomfortable to the point of where you can succeed and achieve it, but not average. Not where I know I can do 10 items a day, so I'm going to stay at 10. You're not going to get far, guy. I'm not saying you can't do okay on eBay, okay, at 10 items a day, but if you can do 10, you know you can do 12. And if you can do 12, you know you can do 15. I thought for the longest time when Christian Daly was talking about he did 65 or 75 items in one day, when I first started, I'm like, no, he didn't. That's impossible, right? And now I see it being very possible. So my mindset shifted. My mindset changed, and how it did is me gradually thinking in my mind, well, if I can do 20, I can do 25. I just push myself a little harder. That's all you got to do. Prioritize your day a little bit more, and you can get a lot more done. What are you prioritizing throughout your day? What is important to you? If you're spending more time on Netflix and YouTube and Instagram, then really what's important to you is looking at other people's successes and not worrying about your own. Sometimes, man, I literally at a point throughout my reselling, I eliminated every platform opposed to making these videos here on Facebook and YouTube. I eliminated it all. And I got so much more accomplished than I did when I was, my nose stuck into TikTok. And you get sucked into that shit, guys. It's addicting. But it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for you to be looking at somebody else's TikTok. Even for me, like, I mean, yeah, watch my videos or whatever, but don't get so caught up on it and stuck on it, you forget to work on you. You know, I make these videos to encourage you guys, to show you that 10 months ago, you guys, I started a completely new store with $20, and here we are where we're at now with almost 2,000 items in the store and multiple sales a day and over $200 a day every single day. You can do the same thing, guys. No, I'm not where the big dogs are making $2,000 a day yet, but I'm going to be, because I'm never going to give up. You got to have that I'm never going to give up attitude. You got to be so sick and tired of the way your life has been that eventually you hit a point that says, there is no way I'll go back there. Well, once you get by where you've always been at in life and you go a little bit further, it feels too good to ever go backwards. I will never let anybody jeopardize what I do on a daily basis. I don't care who it is. I'll eliminate them. Don't need them. If people in your life aren't there to want to see you do better or encourage you, and I'm here to tell you most people isn't, even some people in your family don't want to see you succeed. Why? Because then they don't have an excuse why they didn't succeed. You guys, it sounds complex, it sounds difficult or whatever, but that's the facts of life. Most of the people that are closest to you don't want you to succeed any further than them, because then what's their excuse? Or if you succeed so big, you're going to move to a different state, start a whole other life, and they're never going to see you again. So anyways, be disciplined. Why is discipline so important? I'm telling you, because more than 50% of the time, you're not going to want to list items. Until you get a system that's so efficient and you get used to what you're doing, almost it becomes a routine. It don't come a routine. It becomes a lifestyle. If I don't do eBay in one day, I feel guilty as hell. Like, I feel like something was stripped from me and it does not feel good inside. So it became a lifestyle for me. So you got to be disciplined, because there's going to be days you're going to feel like shit. There's going to be days. And how do you get better on that? Hydrate, drink water, exercise. You don't got to go do some extreme Arnold Schwarzenegger exercising. Go exercise for 30 minutes in the morning. I don't care if it's walking down the road and walking back. I don't care if it's doing a couple jumping jacks, a couple push-ups, whatever it is. Do something healthy that makes you feel better, because it is a scientific fact that if you feel healthy, you are more productive. You can get more done when you feel healthy. Your mind you're releasing endorphins in your mind that are in your brain chemistry that it's the feel good pleasure sensors. And when you feel good, good happens. When you feel like shit, bad happens. It's a fact. All right. So the last but not least is you must believe in yourself. You guys, 2 years ago when I started making videos had nothing to do with eBay. They had to do about my life story and how I went from a loser, drug addict and alcoholic and in prison to working on changing my life. That was pretty much my story. I began to motivationally speak. And what happened through that transformation is why I began to make videos was because I didn't believe in myself. And I was always so worried about what you on the other side of this camera was going to think about me. So I had to overcome that. And how did I do that? Through making these videos. Literally making these videos and believing. Because I watch a lot of motivational speakers, guys. I watch a lot of high up resellers that are making millions. And the thing is they have nothing different in them than you have in you. What they have is a set of principles they follow every single day. You're no different. I never believed in myself that I could be successful reselling. I didn't. In the beginning, guys, first year, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm never going to be able to. I'm never going to make $1,000 a week. And now it's like, that it is where your mind is. Literally, if you can dream it, you can make it happen. Most people have the mindset is, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. And that's why you never succeed. Think about what you just said, what I just said. If they can't see it, they don't believe it, right? You have to believe it deep down inside to achieve it. That's the attitude. Those are the little mind altering things you need to do with inside your own head that will change your whole outcome in life. It will flip your eBay business from failing to succeeding. You guys, as I said here before, I had a business going for a year on eBay. It completely failed, crumbled, went to the ground. It doesn't exist anymore. And now here we are striving on our second. So you can do the same thing. Most people, that would have been enough for them to walk back to their 9 to 5 and say, can I get my job back? The choice is yours. I chose not to give up. I chose to muscle through the pain. I chose to go through the long, grueling hours standing down here at this listing station when everybody else is sleeping and I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I go to bed for 2 hours and I wake up and I do it all over again. And I go to my 9 to 5 and I come home and I work another 6 hours on the business. I chose to make a difference in my life regardless of what it took. Now, if you choose to do that, regardless of what it's going to take, you're going to have some heartache, you're going to have some tears, you're going to have some moments where you feel like your body's going to explode because you have so much pressure. You're going to have moments where you want to grab everything in your store and throw it out the window and light it on fire. You're going to have times where you're one number one thing, this is another thing I want, besides believing in yourself, I just had a brain fart. But it was right along them lines of lighting the business on fire and walking away. I've thought of that many of times. But you have to know deep down inside what your visions and your goals are. And you can make it on reselling. It's what it's about. It's way deeper than what items are you. There's items I sell, honest to God, guys, that I would throw away in my trash can and I sell them for $30 because they're vintage. They're people, if you just learn whatever you are selling, people are willing to give it away for free. Marketplace, I'm killing Marketplace, guys. I'm taking jackets for $10 and selling them for $150. I'm killing Marketplace. And that's not me being cocky, but you can do the same thing if you learn your shit. You learn whatever you're selling, you can kill it. You can kill it. Most people don't take the time to look up and do the research on the items they're selling on Marketplace. They don't. They're like, oh, $10 jacket. Yeah, $10 jacket. Okay, I'll make $150 on it. Right? Do the research, learn what you are selling, and you'll succeed. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about knowing more than your competition. And I'm not saying I'm trying to learn more than the next reseller. What I'm saying is I need to be more knowledgeable about what I'm buying than what the seller's selling it for. I have to know more about the item they're selling then they know about the item they're selling. And then you succeed. Because then you can turn a profit on them. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And then day in, day out, grinding. Grinding, guys. Doing the things you don't want to do so you can have the life that you want to have. That's what it's about. I love you guys all. I hope this video helped you out a little bit. It's your boy, Flippin' Stoop. Until next time.